What's up, guys, and welcome back to LoverCast. Now, today we're not going to be talking about a book or like a weird whatever lesson or something I learned in the past week. Today we're actually going to be talking about the business side of YouTube, which is something that I'm really passionate about and I think is really cool. And it's actually really important to have a pretty business mindset when doing YouTube, and a lot of people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. So I want to talk to you guys about some of my current plans and what my plans are for the future and how I hope it'll work to grow my channel. So if you're curious on like what actually happens behind the scenes as a YouTuber, or like you think it's easy to come in and make a 10-minute video each day and then that's it and you're done, you work 10 minutes a day, this might be interesting to you to hear the stuff that we're working on to help generate more revenue and grow the team and hopefully grow the videos and long term the influence the channel has. So it's kind of cool. So the way it works right now is I tell people I'm a YouTuber, and most of the time they're like, okay, cool, so you do no work. And I pretty much just laugh it off and I go with it. And I'm like, you know what, that's what I'll tell people. Sure, I work 2 hours a day, but there's obviously a lot of behind the scenes work that happens. And the more that you grow, the more behind the scenes work that you want to have going on, right? Like I have an editor right now. He's fantastic. He doesn't edit these because I just straight up record and upload at the moment. Also, you boys got a massive pimple, but whatever. It'll happen. But I got an editor. I pay my editor. It's a nice little thing because I get back 2 to 3 hours a day and I can use that for other projects. But if I'm thinking long term and I want to make more bigger videos, like things that I normally couldn't make, like massive challenges and massive events and massive content that's impossible to do by myself, I have to start paying people. And to be able to pay people to do that and to support that, I need to be making more money. So positions that I'm hoping to hire are full-time artists, another second editor for these other channels I'm making. I want to be able to hire a creative writer, someone who is able to think, a manager. I need to have someone on my team who is an agent who can get me brand deals. So long-term, I'd like to have 6 to 9 people on my staff that's working for me full-time to pump out content. And I'm not even talking about social media yet, where I'd want like a social media partner who can design social media things and posts for me, someone to help me answer comments, answer emails. This is all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that nobody knows about that I think is really, really cool. I'm really interested in it. And so one of the new projects we launched this week was a partnership with a guy who runs a pretty successful Minecraft server. And so we launched a way to monetize the server by selling in-game ranks. We're selling up to $300 worth of ranks basically and perks on the Minecraft server. This is really cool because those people that buy that support funding these other projects. For example, well, I can't really go into some of them yet because they're kind of top secret, but you'll hear about them soon and you'll see why this was so helpful. Because as people are buying these ranks and buying these perks, it's not like I'm taking that money and going out and buying a sports car, right? I'm still driving a 2003 Saturn Ion with almost 200,000 miles, living in an apartment that is in the butt crack of Pennsylvania, all right? I'm not living a flashy life. I'm reinvesting almost everything that I'm making right now. And so people are like, oh, well, why do you need, we don't need to support you on Patreon or memberships or whatever. And you don't have to, but everything that you do there directly helps me give you better servers and better content and better channels. And it's really exciting to see it happen. And so the launch of the server project was really successful. And, I couldn't be more happy about how it's gone because we can use these funds now to work on improving that server. Better hardware, better admins, full-time staff, new mini games, custom plugins, custom games. That wouldn't be possible without this. So it's really cool to see that happen. And that's some of the projects I've been working on. And then long term, I'm hoping to do the same thing on Arc and hopefully launch Rust soon. So I'll be able to have the exact same monetization methods in those other servers. And so then you have 3 new revenue streams coming in. You can then reinvest that money back into your channel. Then I can hire professional artists and professional creative writers and all the stuff that I need to make the content I want. It's really cool, right? When you start thinking about it. So it gets me really excited to just, realize the potential there. And so I usually don't talk about this stuff on camera, and I don't know how much I will in the future. But today I just kind of wanted to share this like groundwork, like what's happening on the channel, what goes on behind the scenes, where are we at, what's going to happen next. And I've got so many other projects too. Like I keep a list of things that I want to knock out. I'm always trying to improve everything that I do. I do believe that I'm never going to be perfect, right? I don't think anyone is. And so I'm always looking for areas I can improve. Where else can I bring in revenue to help grow the channel, help grow the community? When I bring in these writers and these editors and these planners and all this other stuff I plan to do hopefully at some point, then I can start making more content for you guys on other channels, like a reaction channel and like a mobile gaming channel and then this channel. Burping and involving burp coming up. Oh, that's a lot of burps there. Been burping a lot lately, tell you what. But that's what goes on behind the scenes, man. That's like the kind of thing that it takes to make this channel successful. So when people say, all you do is play games, you're right, I could just play games. but that's if you're in this for the short game. And I'm in this for the long game. I'm in this for 10 years minimum, right? I want to go as long as I possibly can, and that means giving it my all. And so every chance I see for a business, I jump at it because I'm super passionate about that. And behind the scenes, I really take things very serious, very business-like. I'm not the same person you see in videos. I mean, like, obviously that's me, but like behind the scenes, there's so much strategy and so many meetings and so many planning things that go on in order to create content. I try to brainstorm a couple hours a day. I've got a list right now of like 58 ideas that I'm pretty sure will be really big videos. Like I just spend so much time planning these ideas because they're so powerful when you get a good one that takes off, like our recent series with hiding in someone's base. So these are all the steps that it takes behind the scenes. And that's after I've mastered, I think, the YouTube algorithm and what it takes to make a good video. I haven't necessarily mastered how to do it, but I've mastered the understanding of what it takes, I think. So a lot of studying in the algorithm. And then once you understand how YouTube works, then you can branch out into what I'm working on now. So I think it's really cool. I'm really passionate about this kind of thing. And if you guys want to be coached by me, have me help you grow your channel, I do have that as a perk right now on my main channel. It's super underpriced, all right? It's $50. That's the membership price for about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how involved we get each month reviewing your channel. Most people are charging like hundreds of dollars. I made it super cheap at $50 because I believe that, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see your data. I want to see your analytics. That way I can use it for myself and also help you. So there's like a little mutual relationship there, which is why I underpriced it. But if you are interested in growing your channel and in getting some advice and help and learning what it takes to go, check it out. Your boy just plugged that so cleanly, I feel like, right? That was pretty good. And then what I really want though today, leave me some more comments in this podcast. What kind of stuff do you guys want to see? We're not done yet. There's still a couple things I want to get into today. But leave me some comments. Do you like the business talks? Do you like the book talks? Do you like the just talking about whatever? Because I still don't have a direction for this podcast, but I'm one of those people that I don't necessarily have a plan when I start something. I think the hardest part is getting started. And so I just forced myself to start. I don't have a plan, but I'm going to do it until the plan comes to me. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here for 4 months until I have the perfect idea and lose all that practice and lose all that potential opportunity to maybe something works. You know, maybe one of these ideas is it. And so I always think it's best to just jump into it. Like if you want to start a channel and you've been waiting for months and months and months because, I don't know, something stupid, like you don't know how to upload a video, like spend an afternoon and learn how to upload a video or whatever your problem is. If you want to do it, just do it. And so that's my mindset. I'm like, yeah, it's weird and hard to do something new, but like, if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it, or you're going to do it in 6 months. And who knows what you could have learned in those 6 months. Like that's a big amount of time. So that's what this podcast is. This is me saying, I have no idea what it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to turn into. I have no idea, but I enjoy making it. And I think it's kind of cool to just share this like legit behind the scenes information with you guys. So if you enjoy hearing that, let me know. I think it's pretty fun to share. And another project, one other thing we're working on is I have meetings weekly with my editor and some other people on the team here, planning, strategizing, stuff like that. If you're interested in like hearing those, like I could just straight up record those and pump out some content on this channel or something. If that's interesting to you, you would literally hear how we meet and what we talk about. We'd have to censor parts of it. I really wouldn't be able to give you all of our information because some of the stuff's kind of confidential. I don't want to talk about like the ideas we have so you don't steal them. I don't want to talk about some of our long-term plans so you don't steal them and stuff like that. Some things need to be a surprise. But if you want to hear what it's like working with me and how that stuff is, let me comment. Let me know if that's interesting because I think that'd be pretty cool to talk about. And then also one other thing I want to do is start bringing people onto this podcast. So bringing on friends, bringing on subscribers. I just don't know what we'll talk about yet. So guys, that's where we're at right now with this podcast. We're just straight up winging it. We're seeing what happens and we're having fun with it. So it's a little bit of a shorter episode today. We're at like 9 minutes. But that's what happens when you don't plan your videos, all right? So plan your videos, kids. Get out there and plan things. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a sub here. We post weekly on Thursdays for now until I finally get a plan. Other than that, spread the love, guys. Lick that screen. Check out the new logo. Peace.